Hey everyone, something just crossed my mind. What is the least amount of battles you can do in a run of Pokemon Blue? Surely there is no way you can actually beat the game with that limited experience, but I need to know for myself. This is my run of Pokemon Blue, with only mandatory battles. Here are the rules. Number 1. We avoid every fight on the way to becoming the champion of Kanto. We are trying to see what the absolute lowest amount of battles are needed. If we white out, that counts as a fight, which means I will need to save often, and reset even more oftener. Number 2 is no glitches or exploits. Pretty self-explanatory, play the game as intended. No item duplication. Our first decision is which starter we will pick. I love all these bastards somewhat equally, but this is for science, not love. Charmander is out right away since he can beat Brock by himself without some power leveling. And Squirtle is a water type. Nothing wrong with that, but the first generation gives many water types along the way, and Venusaur would be our only chance at having a grass type, so Froggy Onion it is. Right away we can go pick up our friend. I name him Noodles because I like noodles and can't think of anything better. The first fight is always easy in these games. Just spam A until you win. Wait, what the fuck? You gotta be kidding. This is Noodles Jr. He is here to avenge his father. Now this science experiment has a revenge back plot. After one fight we can skip until the last trainer in Verdien Forest. Spam tackle until victory. At level 7 we gain Leech Seed, which should help us beat Brock. 1 Leech Seed followed by 6 Growls to make sure that Geodude isn't a problem. For Onix we do the same thing. Funny enough, Bide doesn't count Leech Seed damage, so all we need is a run with good luck, and this fight is fairly easy. Battle 4 and 5 are fairly straightforward. Be sure to heal in between if needed. 6 is against this trainer here. The trainer on top will block off the route if you go above, meaning you would have to fight both. Go below to avoid that fight. Afterwards, you have fight 7. Coming up is Mount Moon. But first I heard this guy has a sweet deal and a fish I can't refuse. I name him Dunno, as in I dunno if we'll use him this run. We can avoid nearly every fight in Mount Moon, but on the way we can pick up a few useful items including a rare candy. Fight number 8 is an asshole casserole. His Zubat has leech life which hits Bulbasaur like a truck. I was thinking about using my rare candy to evolve him since this fight was looking unlikely, but I would like to save it in case I needed it further. What you're watching is about 20 attempts on this trainer. Finally, when that garbage piece of crap that was done on attempt number 16,000, we could celebrate with an evolution. Trainer 9 wasn't as big of a problem, and even gave us a Helix fossil for sparing his life. The next 2 fights are in the gym. I tried to get a no experience here, but he is a bit unlucky. Thankfully Noodles is competent and gets us win 11. Fight 12 is our rival again. Something I've noticed is that Noodles has gained 14 levels from only 11 fights. I hope he doesn't hit 30 before we can beat Erica. The battle isn't too hard. His Pidgeotto with Sand Attack being the only real annoyance. The next route is really annoying. I mean, look at this crap, it's like they don't even care about science. 6 mandatory battles on Nugget Bridge, and we can continue. Team Rocket has to pay for this. Science will not stand for this. There are 4 more trainers on the way to Bill. There are 2 cases in which you can pick which trainer you want to fight. In both cases I went with which one offered more experience overall. After Bill gives you a free cruise, there's this guy who stole some stuff. I honestly don't remember, but I know he needs to be taken out. Fight 24 and Fight 25 are right before Vermilion City. They're fairly straightforward. The SSN has a ton of great items on board that we can't get. I mean, look at this clown fiesta and tell me how I'm going to get that circle without alerting these kids like there's a 50-cent sale on ice cream cones. Not going to happen. We move on to the only fight on the ship. I end up going back to the mart to buy some items for the rival fight. On attempt number 10 I finally get through using 3 super potions. Sand attack and Kadabra. Having confusion made this fight fairly hard, but with some good Kadabra luck it's not too bad. One old Amber and sudden realization of how crappy Rock Tunnel will be blind, and we can finally do Surge's gem. I thought the puzzle while avoiding eye contact would take a lot longer than it actually did. Unsure if it was luck, but I will take it. Battle 27 isn't notable. There are 9 trainers on this route, but we can skip all but 2. Stay far away, and now we're at 29 battles before Rock Tunnel. Now guess how many trainers we must fight in Rock Tunnel. As you can see there are 15 trainers on 2 floors that seem to be placed in spots to get you. However, only these 5 are mandatory. Meaning Noodles just has to worry about getting lost and not about fighting. Before you know it, Rock Tunnel is done, and all the worries with it. Who needs Flash when you have science, mild autism, and all the time in the world? Battle next is with this fella. It can be against this other trainer, but he pays more money, and we're about to hit Saladin and lose all of it. Has the most of any place so far for us to do. First we look at this tree and get our PP up. Nice. Next we can get the free Eevee on top of this tower. I name him Jack because I don't need to explain my reasoning. After we can blow all our money on buying something from the game corner. Dratini is out of reach because I choose Poemon Blue without realizing that Red has Dratini at a cheaper price. What the fuck? Anyway, having a Nidoking would be very useful since he has great coverage and I know he is used for speedruns. That has to be good for something. I name him Chance because I feel like now there is a chance. We evolve Jack into Jolteon. I picked Jolteon because we have the TM for Thunderbolt and Thunder Wave. Plus he has very high speed and special. Also Flareon sucks. Someone should tell this kid not to take drinks from strangers. That said, I will give her drinks for good moves. We can finally give our team the moves they deserve. I walk away from the Doom Child and on to the Rocket Hideout. I gave Chance Mega Punch, Bubble Beam, and Ice Beam. Rocket Hideout has 1 fight with this guy who has the lift key. 2 more fights against these guard guys. And another with this guy who drops a telescope. I hope he can find another. These are great for sciencing. Gym time, and there are only 2 fights in here that are needed. I gave Chance a chance to level up, but he fainted against Erica. I thought I would lose, but then my noodly boy just swept the team. Yippee skippy. Our rival thinks it would be cool to fight in a cemetery. Okay man, what the hell, that's just rude. The fight is much easier with 3 Poemon now, and we can give everyone time to shine here. Noodles isn't able to avenge his father here today, but the fight allowed him to achieve his ultimate form. I think that's how Poemon works anyway. I'm just a scientist. Spooky scary until battle 44. More spooky and some scary until we have to fight 2 more trick-or-treaters. I tried to not fight the Marowak, but she insisted. After there are 3 more mandatory Rocket Kids. We can run from Snorlax so he gets to live another day. There is a fucking landmine field of bikers right outside of the door, so be careful. Saving often helps a ton since this route can be an autoscroller. Save often, and you can avoid every fight on this route down to Fuchsia City. The 5th gym has 3 mandatory fights. I got very lucky with a freeze on Muck after he minimized. Using my own status effects and Leech Seed made Koga fairly easy. Thanks for the advice, old man. Now that we have Surf, we can finally finish our party. Take the long route all the way around Kanto to Pewter. I tried to get Flash now, but still don't have 10 Poemon. Surf down to Cinnabar Island. Hold to the far left just to make sure nothing runs into you. At Cinnabar we can get 2 fossils. We name our first one Drolzilla after my lord and savior. I name the second one Screeb because that's what he yelled at me when he was born. We give Screefly, and now we can finish up the rest of the fights before the Elite Four. First Cinnabar Mansion, it's a little difficult, but I put Jack in front since he has high speed so I can escape easy. You can get through the whole mansion without any fights. Save often, because it isn't easy, but be careful, and it shouldn't take too long. There are 2 rocket fights at Silphco. One guards the card key and another guards your rival from you. Fight 56 is against our rival. Jack handles everything that Chance doesn't, so it's not too bad despite the big level difference. After our rival fight we can replace Dunno with Cuddles the Lapras. She comes in at level 15, so she will be a slightly better sacrifice if needed. I forgot about fight 57 and Chance faints in it. I think this clip best shows how lazy I am. I should go back to a place to heal again, but instead I use one of my rare candy on Chance so he's no longer fainted and healed back to full instead of playing a run where I barely pass and get my C- at the end isn't enough. Anyway, the second fight with Giovanni isn't hard. Surf always makes quick work of him. Now we can get this Master Ball and put it on eBay. Next I raid the building for items including some rare candy, carbos, and most important the TM for Earthquake. Sabrina's fight 59, Jack makes quick work of her with Thunder Wave and Thunderbolt. Blaine is fight 60, and I'm worried that he's getting dementia or something since he keeps using super potions on full Poemon. What the hell, Blaine? There are 2 fights in VHM before the leader. Again we can just sweep him with Chance. There is some luck with Ice Beam, but overall another easy gym, and now we're ready for the final fights in the game. Nintendo 64 and Chance and Jack pretty much sweep the team. I'm wondering if the early AI and move choices make this run seem easier, and I wonder how much harder it may be on further generations where you can avoid more easily, but the trainers aren't all potatoes. Much to my surprise, every single fight on Victory Road is optional. I have to wonder how often second graders whited out here not knowing that they could skip to the end. No reason. So that answers it. The number of fights needed to beat Poemon Blue is 69. Perfect, that's all I needed to know. Thanks so much for watching. I'm just kidding. But seriously, to beat the Elite Four would be very hard. I have no one above level 40 in my team, and let's be honest, at least half of them are useless. Let's do this. Before the fights I buy a ton of revives, potions, and make sure to have a few elixirs. First is Lorelei, and Jack is able to take out the first 3 no problem with Thunderbolt. For Jinx we need to paralyze her with Thunder Wave, and switch out to revive Jack once he faints. Bruno is also fairly easy with Jack's Thunder Wave and Chance's Earthquakes and Surfs taking out his team. Before Agatha I stuff all my rare candies into Chance so he can sweep further with Earthquake. Before Lance I heal up and bring Jack up to the front for his Gyarados. Afterwards I switch to Chance and spam Ice Beam until the win. Finally it's rival time and lucky number 69. Like everyone in everything, since Celadon City Jack and Chance sweep the team. There are times when I throw in a meat shield to take a hit or 2 so I can heal them, but it's more or less their show at this point. Finally science has an answer. 69. What a lovely number. When I first started I wasn't sure if this was even possible. I didn't think that you could gain enough experience to hit the endgame Poemon hard enough, but there are a few things that helped a lot. Jack's crazy speed and Thunder Wave made setting up something possible. Chance's huge coverage and attack made him hit like a truck if needed. I'm glad I didn't get Dratini after all, because I never would have even seen Dragonite. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.